Hey guys, welcome back to another video by me, Salty Guy, and today I'll be talking about the F14 and will it ever come to Warthunder? And if it does, what will gaijin need to do to balance the game? What would they need to add? So, anyways, let's talk about the F14. The F14 is a American carrier capable of supersonic twin-engine, two-seated, twin-tail, variable sweep wing fighter aircraft. Pretty cool. It was developed for the United States Navy Naval Fighter Experiment Program after the collapse of the F-111B. So, basically, F-14, is a naval aircraft. Anyways, the speed of the F-14 is 2,485 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast, but not as fast as the MiG-23. Now, MiG-23 just goes a bit faster, 25 kilometers faster. It moves at 2,500, but that's not really that big of a deal because the F-14 has amazing acceleration with a 17,000 kilograms of thrust per engine. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Correct me on that. It's amazingly good at accelerating, especially with that with that variable sweep wing fighter design. Oh my god, it makes it even better. But what I want to talk about the F-14 is what it can do. So the F-14 actually has a very effective radar called the AUG-9, which can detect targets up to 195 miles. And it can track them too. It can detect and track 24 targets simultaneously. I think at the same time. So basically how it works is say you're a MiG-21, right? Let's just say, for example, you are 40 nautical miles away from a F-14. It finds you. Okay, cool. It selects you on track. Your wingman, it finds you, it selects him, and it's also tracking him. It can launch a missile at you and your wingman at the same time and track you both. 3 people, no problem. It can do all 3. It just depends on how many people there are. And I don't know what the max, but on here it says 24. But I doubt that. So, the F-14 has a very special missile, actually. And, it's the Phoenix. Now, the Phoenix missile is a super fat missile. Here, I'll put an image up for you. Boom. That can move at Mach 5. Now, the Phoenix missile, because it's so fast, is what makes it so effective. It's not really meant to move to the right and left. So, you can probably evade this missile. I don't know how much G's it can turn. I just know that it can't. It's not the greatest turning missile. Whatever. But what makes it even more overpowered is the range that you can launch it at. 100 nautical miles is its max range. And in kilometers, that's 190 kilometers. But you don't really want to launch a Phoenix at 190 kilometers because, that's its max range. You want its range that's going to be the best at. And if you ask me, best range for a Phoenix would probably be around 40 nautical miles. 20 is like confirmed kill. If you launch a Phoenix at 20 nautical miles, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a confirmed kill. But we'll talk about more of the Phoenix later. So, what sidewinders can it carry? It can carry the AIM-9Ms and Ls, I'm pretty sure. Now, if you don't know what the L is a semi-active radar homing missile, of course, that has a wingspan of 11 inches, has an operational range of 0.6 to 22 nautical miles, and has a maximum speed of Mach 2.5. Not 25, don't worry. And can pull 35 Gs. That's the AIM-9L. It isn't full aspect. The AIM-9M is the exact same thing, but it is full aspect. Imagine having a 35G missile that's full aspect. We already have the 30G R60s, but don't forget R60s are susceptible to flares. You can counter R60M or MK if you're German, pretty easily. I'm using a German MiG-23 as I'm speaking right now, but whatever. So yeah, it's pretty overpowered because I don't know how gaijin. Hopefully, I'm okay with all aspect missiles, but it would be pretty cool if you can make them susceptible to flares, like pretty susceptible, because Russian missiles are more than American, and if you can make Americans as much as Russians, you either like buff the Russian missiles or you nerf the American ones. That would be better. So what plane? So let's say Warthunder does add the F14. What plane would we need to counter it? What plane? People can say that the Su-27 would be an amazing plane, but I think the Su-27 is a bit too good. I just think it's a bit more modernized than the F-14. Don't forget, like, the F-14 isn't in service, and the Su-27 still is. But whatever. We can take some planes that are in service. So let's talk about, I think, a pretty good plane to add, which would be the MiG-29 for the Russian side. Now, the MiG-29 is a jet designed by the Mikoyan Bureau in the Soviet Union. It has a top speed of 2,446 kilometers an hour, a range of 1,430 kilometers an hour, and it was introduced in August 1983. It has a length of 17 meters, and it weighs 11,000 kilograms. So what does the Mikoyan 29 have that can make it go against the F-14? Now, maybe the MiG-29 has a bit of a shittier radar, if you ask me. Well, it has a radar range of 200 kilometers, I'm pretty sure, but it can't track two targets at the same time. It can't. But it does. What it does have, you see, the Russians always love the idea of infrared missiles. You can see this with the R-23s, R-23Ts, R-24Ts. What the MiG-29 has is the R-27T and ET. You might be asking yourself, what the hell is an ET? It's the extended range. 73 kilometer operational range. Boom, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And the MiG-29 gets access to R-73s, which are basically AIM-9Ms. Well, the counterpart, I think. So, the MiG-29, I personally think would be an amazing plane that can go against the F-14. But what nations would get what plane? Now, obviously, the United States would get the F-14. USSR would get the MiG-29. Germany would get the export variant of the MiG-29. They're probably going to make it shittier and not give it any, like, fucking radar missiles or medium range IR missiles. Just going to give it, like, 2 R-60s. Because they kind of hate Germany. But they did just give them a MiG-23. But whatever. But what nations would get other planes? So, what nation... what would Sweden get? What would France get? What would Italy get? They're not going to give China everything. They hate China. They absolutely hate China. What would Britain get? And what would Japan get? Now, personally, I think for France, the Mirage 2000, I don't know much about it. I just know that it's I had a friend told me that it would hold up against both planes. So I'm saying the Mirage 2000. But, what's it called? I think for future Warthunder battle, before I even talk about the other nations and what aircraft they would receive, let's talk about how do we implant these aircraft in the first place. Now, the aircraft of the future of the 4th generation, or 5th, I forgot, are pretty overpowered. So, I think the first thing that Warthunder would need to do is add much larger maps. They did. They actually did. They added Vietnam. And when I'm in a MiG-23 with 30 minutes of fuel, I kind of enjoy Vietnam. It's a pretty fun map. I like big range. It makes me feel a bit more like a real fighter pilot because you're in a bigger map. Everything's a bit more serious. It's pretty cool. Other than the smaller maps, because smaller maps you take off. F4J is in the air at 9,000 meters, fires a fucking missile at you. You don't even know he fired a missile at you. You just took off. you're dead. Yeah, whatever. But I enjoy the bigger maps. I think more of them would be nice. I think one, like a Gulf War one would be sick. Imagine a huge one. I'm pretty sure they already have one in Afghanistan, which I love. That map is absolutely amazing. I love it. I just think they should add more bigger maps. Second, what else do I think they should add? I think they should add more overpowered SAMs. Now, they added SAMs and it's pretty good because, well, they're good right now, I guess. They're not the best. They can be much better. I've killed so many people who landed on the airbase. I just have to fly at low altitude. That's all you have to do to counter the SAM. Fly super, super low. And they won't be able to kill you. You kill the guy, you supersonic out of there, boom, you're fine. They need to add SAM that can actually shoot down players no matter the altitude. If it has to be like with whatever, like, you know that big gunship on the US Navy. I'll show you. I'll send you a picture. Boom, there it is. That thing, they need to add that, put it on the ground or something. They didn't add SA6s, SAM sites, more stuff. They need to add medium range SAM, and what's it called? And yeah, I just think a bit better SAM would help. Another idea that I think would be sick would be a actual World War. I know Warthunder does these World War things, but I've never really seen one or participated in one, obviously. But I think like a normal game mode where when you join this game mode, you're in it for a couple days, and you have to like contribute I don't know, but where it's actual nations going up against actual nations and you're fighting the same players. But I think that would take a lot of commitment or something from the players. It really depends. I was just thinking about it. I thought something like that would be cool. And another thing would be historical battles. Because I don't want to be... I think this is just ideas for the future. I just think I want to be blowing up nations that actually fought against each other. I want to be like, example, I don't know, Egypt had a war with Israel or something. You play as Russia. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm brainstorming right now. But I just think historical battles would be pretty cool. I like the battles that we have right now. I just think a bit more historical ones would be sick, especially where things are balanced and whatever. But thank you for watching this video. The F14 still has a long way. I don't think it's going to come anytime soon. But if it does, it's going to be a time to enjoy. This is Salty Guy. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this May 23 MF content and simulator. It's pretty cool. Have a good day.